Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Harry Langdon and today's subject is Donna Summer and the Wanderer. I've had so many requests that you've written me to tell more about the background behind the Wanderer album and what led into it. And so I thought I'd give you my own personal viewpoints about the Wanderer and Donna again. And so Donna and I go way back, and so we have a real close relationship, spiritual relationship as well, by the way. This album, by the way, had many awards for the best gospel song, I Believe in Jesus. Also, just the Grammy, it was nominated for a Grammy Award. And so it's just amazing that Donna, this first time she was with Geffen Records, came out with such a successful album, and the music was really wonderful. Prior to this album, she was with Casablanca Records, and we worked together on these albums. And so that's when I first met Donna. And coincidentally, we ended up in church together, and it's another story. And so Donna was such an inspiration to me creatively, because a lot of her albums, I was given no direction. It was totally up to me to be the art director and to try to work with Donna and be an inspiration to her as she was to me creatively. By the way, Donna brought in her own clothes for this session. There was no clothes stylist. Donna brought in the suitcases, and she just asked me to have a park bench in the studio, and I didn't ask her why, but prior to that, they didn't tell me anything. She didn't tell me anything about the title or anything, so we got a park bench, and she said, just do your find lighting and just do the session, and we'll go from there. So what I did was I put a pink gel, probably a red gel, in front of my main light source, so it bathed the whole room, filled with kind of a reddish pink light. And so to keep the lighting clean though on her face and her body, I used a strobe spotlight. You can see it sort of looks like the moon behind her. And so that was just a little bit of photo trickery and the studio lighting. And so we got the park bench. I can't remember where we got, probably at First Street Furniture in Los Angeles. And my assistants hauled it in. And then the day for the shooting session came. Donna brought some flowers with her, so we threw a batch of flowers in here behind the park bench. And it's really a charming, simple album cover with just real simple lighting that anybody really could do if you had a projector strobe spot to put on her. I thought that was kind of a nice effect. It was something I was using at that time. And again, as I said, Donna had tremendous wardrobe at her home on Hudson Avenue in Hancock Park. And so one day she invited me to go up and see her clothes closet. It was a clothes, huge, like a living area. And so she had clothes for every occasion, her concerts and albums and so on. So I have to give Donna credit for bringing the right clothes and so on. And so I thought that this was a very successful photo, especially it's the first one she did for Geffen Records, because prior to that, these other albums were done with Casablanca Records. That's where I first got to know Donna and work with her and know Neil Bogart. And so those are the very beginnings, back to Bad Girls and Sunset People. And so, as I said, I met Donna in church one day, coincidentally, at Crenshaw Christian Center in Los Angeles, a very popular, huge congregation. Fred Price was the pastor. And so we used to kind of get chummy in church with Donna Summer. It was just it was a pretty profound experience. In fact, even one day she asked me to go up in the healing line with her. And so I went up with her and had hands laid on me and Donna. And so these are interesting, real insights and very spiritual experiences I had with Donna. And so I really miss her. And so after this album, The Wanderer, I think the theme of the Wanderer title really, there's biblical references that we are all wanderers on this earth together, wandering from one experience to another. And so I think that's what inspired her to come up with that theme song. And so that's what I just figured. So anyway, that's it as far as what went into doing the Wanderer session. It was real quick and simple session, but it was extremely successful for both Donna and for myself. And I really miss the sessions I had with Donna. I'm missing Donna in church. And, you know, God bless her. We had so many wonderful experiences together. Anyway, tune in for the next one soon, okay? Give me thumbs ups and write comments, and I'll try to comment back to you, okay? Thanks again for watching. Bye.